Hey guys, Jason with Fender Garage in Gilbert, Arizona, and we have right behind us a 76 F-150 four-wheel drive pickup. And for a while you've probably heard us talk about coming out with a kit to actually put a Coyote motor, whether it's a truck or a car motor, and to get that installed into the truck. And there's been a lot of hurdles overcoming all of this. Now, I've seen Coyote motors in some of these trucks, and sometimes they're placed a little higher, a little bit different location than maybe I would place them, but at the end of the day, they can fit and they do work. What we're trying to minimize is fabrication. Getting a Coyote motor in here, if you were to take a look head on straight in here and take a look at that tunnel, you'll notice that it's offset to the frame. And that's because Ford, when they designed all their motors and their FE motors and everything was offset for comfort for the driver and also to create space for their motor and transmission and their setup. Because Ford runs their power steering box on the rail right here. They just came up with this design to allow room for the power steering box, which, as you know, makes it tough if you're doing a Coyote swap and it's a half ton. There's not a lot of room. And so typically these are offset just a little bit anyways. So we wanted to come up with a kit that would actually allow you to install this with very, very limited fabrication, because I assume there's some of you guys out there that have a super nice truck. It's very nice. It's just the motor might be tired, or you want to upgrade to a Coyote and get some horsepower. And so what we wanted to do is make sure that you could install the 5.0 motor in here without cutting up your firewall or the pan of the cab. And so keep the floors intact, keep the firewall intact. Worst case scenario, you might need the high hump transmission cover, which you should already have anyways because you got a four-wheel drive. We've looked at the different transfer cases, so we have kits set up that will work with the F150 motor transfer case out of a 2015, 16, 17, 18. Be able to get a 6R80, and with a little bit of modifying, you can get a 10R80 in here as well. So it will fit in here, and it took a lot of work. And if you have a truck motor, it fits in here pretty good. No modifications, no cutting or anything like that. If you have a car motor, it tends to put that alternator, which on the car is out over here, and you might have a little bit of cutting right here to put a little bit of a notch for clearance for your alternator. The truck motor's in that inch and a half, and so it gives you a little bit more room. So if you're running a truck motor F-150 Coyote, it's definitely a little bit easier than the car motor, but not by much. So the kit we have is designed for 1967, 1972. We have a kit for that, and we also have a kit for 1973, 1979 F100, F150, and also F350 dualies, and are working on the F250 Highboy. We know this kit works. I just need to fit one in to double check it and make sure it works. So maybe the cross member in the front's in a different location, and I want to make sure we have clearance. But we've covered most of them. With that, it's really quite simple. So what you're going to get in your kit, and I'll pull this out just so you can look at it and kind of hold it up, is you're going to get this part that takes place of the perches that you currently have on your truck. You got these old school perches that are made to come out. You're going to unbolt those and take those off. So get rid of those. Then you're going to come and you're going to mount this into the frame rail, and it's going to go right here and bolt right in. And right here, these holes already exist. So these are part of it on an F-150, and they're going to go right here. And then you're going to actually drill these two holes and access the nuts through this little port right here. And then this will mount right there, and that will be ready to receive this. That will be attached to the spots where the Coyote motor mounts, and it will go in and attach right there. You'll have some bushings that will go right here, all that's supplied in the kit, all the hardware supplied in the kit. Then for cross members, you're gonna get this beefy cross member. It's gonna mount underneath, and it uses various transfer cases, which we've designed these for. We actually have two different cross members, one for the F-150 transfer case. Maybe you want to work on using the electronics, or you want some of the older 2011 transfer cases which bolt right up to the 6R80. Maybe you're using that. This is designed to actually fit and work with that transfer case and the mount. So you just install that. This will carry it. Comes with the bolts or the nuts to go on the bottom. You bolt this to the frame, and for a little bit more rigid and sturdiness, you'll actually install this inside the C notch of the frame and bolt it for extra stability. We also have the same crossmember designed for those guys that are using the advanced adapter and they want to use the Dana 20 or the Atlas transfer case. So that's going to allow you to kind of have more of an old school with the, the shifters and everything right there, so that you can use that. Now, if you happen to have a crew cab, 4-wheel drive, F250 or something like that, like a 77 to 79, that's a whole different beast in itself. We do have a kit for that as well. And there is some notching because that cross member kind of has a little S-shaped here, and there is some notching that you're gonna have to do in that cross member. Again, we didn't want you to have to mess up your firewall, but we felt you could probably handle notching into that front cross member and fill that in with a little bit of metal. So again, it's the very best placement that we could come up and still make this work. We have headers that are designed to go with this, but you can also still get the Coyote car headers with a little bit of trimming on your frame, or you can actually use the F150 intake. We build a nice custom stainless steel header that wraps around both sides, clears the frame and goes in there, and looks super bad to the bone because it's all stainless steel, built welded here in our shop. Yeah, I know you probably still have questions. Hopefully I've covered as much as I can. It's very easy to install. You honestly can get your motor in your truck installed perfectly placed with about a 3.5-ish degree angle down, and you are probably an hour. You can have all this drilled and installed and your motor sitting in there, which is a gigantic battle to be able to overcome that and have that installed, because it probably took us a month to get this built and fabbed and back and forth and to get all this designed. So it took a lot of time. We sell radiator kits. We sell all the other little components that you might need. You notice we got a little delete kit to get rid of that box. Probably can run your old school heater if you wanted to. It's super tight when you do it, but you might be able to get that to fit as well. But we have a delete panel we make, and then we just run a Restomod air system, which we sell, that goes on the inside. You might need help with wiring, you might need help with gauges, you might need help with all those other little things. We're happy to discuss those with you and talk to you, make sure you're making the right purchases. We sell all that stuff here and make it as simple as we can for you guys that are wanting to do this as a DIY in your own garage. Again, if you're a shop out there, please call us. We're happy to help you out, get you the right products to get this in your customer's project as well. So hopefully that's it. You get all powder coated, everything's ready to go, nuts, bolts, hardware. Your job is just to get it in, get your old motor out, get this one in, get your sheet metal on, get your radiator on, and then start connecting things up and you're ready to go. I don't know of another product out there that's, people have spent this much time getting something to work for a 4-wheel drive community, but we're super excited about it. We have them in stock, they're ready to go. Typically, if we do run out of stock, there might be a 1 to 2 week delay as we fab up more and get them powder coated and get them boxed up ready to ship out. And once we get the high boy here in our shop to kind of double check the products and which holes we're going to use, then we'll be able to confirm that kit and you'll be ready to purchase those. Crossing my fingers we come across one here in the next couple of weeks for us to double check that. With that, we're super excited about it. Go to the website and purchase it. It's ready to go right now. Follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, and go to our website, www.fatfendergarage.com, and check out all the products we got for your Ford or Chevy pickup trucks. With that, we'll see you later. I'm tired and I actually want to go home, so see you.